Spellmann. I'm with the Pontifical Catholic University of Minas Gerais. And here I am together with my director of my PhD, Javier Vadell, who is with me. We're presenting an upcoming book chapter that by him, which the name is BRICS Plus, the clash of globalizations in a multicentric system. So you're seeing here that we have our center here. It's the tree coming out of a globe, which is the Global Center for China in our university. So without further ado, the fundamentals of our paper are simple. We're discussing here some issues between superstructure and structure at the global scale of political economy. Our main goal is to discuss the BRICS Plus as a political formation and seeing it through its materiality. Our main points are that the BRICS Plus is an evolution of the emerging socioeconomic formations that are intertwined in the world market. So what we're seeing here is that this whole process is divergent from the international liberal order, and the BRICS Plus is a consolidation of several normative foundations and outcomes that are being transformed throughout this decade. So first of all, I would like to pass to Javier so he can speak a little bit about the book chapter.
Hi, everyone. Are you hearing me?
Hi. Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much. It's a great pleasure to be with you. In fact, this is the main point of our book project, that our expectation is to be published next year about BRICS Plus. As someone said, this is our hypothesis. And first, we have to clear some concepts. The clash of globalization is a kind of a metaphor for an ongoing process in the middle of our structural transformation. And our purpose is to understand how BRICS became BRICS Plus, the process of qualitative change and not only quantitative change. Okay? Samuel, you can share the second, please. Then, what is the significance of BRICS Plus in this context? We understand the BRICS Plus as a kind of, as a pillar of the new ongoing globalization led by China. Other pillar is the BRI, Belt and Road Initiative. The other is the ideational or ideological pillar, the Bandung spirits, and the community of share for humanity or global community ideological new convivium, proposal of new convivium of international world, and the Asian Investment Infrastructure Bank as a new kind of Chinese multilateralism. But what about BRICS Plus? We argue that the BRICS Plus redefinition is under construction in this transitional hegemonic period of structural change. Then the metamorphosis of BRICS to a BRICS Plus is a product of these qualitative transformations toward an emerging new embryonic order. The BRICS Plus constitutes a geopolitical pillar of a new type of globalization presented as a crucial symptom of what we call the clash of globalization as a metaphor in a transitional period of systemic chaos. We use one, as Samuel, I think, said, we use one of the three laws of dialectic Marxist Hegelian that the transformation in the quantitative in a qualitative as in chemic or physics institution in this case. Okay, I only see the first slide, Samuel, the first slide, and you can share the other, Samuel. I think the public is watching only the first one, not the other one. Try to share the presentation. You are mute, Samuel. You mute.
Okay. Right now, can you see my screen?
Yes. You
perfect.
Try to continue with these objectives, please. Yes, now is better. Yes. We talked about the dialectics of the science of interconnections. Our focal point is China development and the China as a focal point of this initiative of BRICS Plus that was born in 2017 in Xiamen summit. Okay. This clash of globalization, the structure, is a multiple process of qualitative change. We are in the middle of this process of qualitative change. Samuel, stop here, please. These embryonic changes in the neoliberal paradigm occur by the interlock between the transformation of world market and the foundation of a new institutional arrangement. As Samuel said, it's a kind of superstructural of this period of transitional that I don't know for how many years this transitional from one globalization to another globalization can endure. These institutional arrangements appear in different forms, like a diffuse legal institutions such Belt and Road Initiative that you discussed earlier in different ways and different impacts in different regions, to minilaterals as, for example, the initiative of foreign strategy of Chinese foreign policy, like FOCAC or China-SLAC forums, that is a kind of connections between China and Global South directly in minilateral forums or multilateral forums. Please, Samuel. Or multilateral forums like Asian Investment Infrastructure Bank, that is the first initiative of multilateral arrangement after Second World War, not led by the United States, but by China. this overlapping with bilateral relationship between China and Global South, or China with other middle countries like Brazil, like India, like in BRICS, for example, or in this kind of cost-bound bilateral arrangement between China and Brazil, for example. Samuel, please. We use to understand BRICS Plus not only the three dialectical laws, and especially one of them, the transformation of the quantitative in qualitative, but all at the same time, Samira means the conception of polycentric world order. We labeled multicentric because and the emergence of the semi-periphery, and we use Samir Amin and Giovanni Arrighi, systemic chaos. Next, Samuel. Please. Okay. And then we understand BRICS as emergence of a kind of political formation. Political formation between big social economic formations, like India, like China, Russia, Brazil, at the first moment, South Africa. But now this is the symptom of a new distribution of global power reordering, that we understand this social economic social political formation as the main superstructure of the main visualization of the transformation of geopolitical superstructure in the world order, in current world order, in a multi-center system. In fact, some scholars talk about multipolar system. We prefer multi-center because with China is the evidence of the resurgence of another center of global economic order, or another multi-order system, not only multipolar. Next, Samuel. We understand the BRICS process, evolution of BRICS in four moments. The first one is during the crisis of neoliberal globalizations, 2009, the crisis catalyzed previous negotiations over the creation of an emerging countries organizations, for a demand of changes in the current global economic order and global institutions like World Bank, International Monetary Fund, or United Nations. The second moment, I think, is interesting because is the new institutions created inside BRICS. For 2014, for example, the formation of New Development Bank, or BRICS Bank, or the BRICS Bank, and the contingent reserve arrangement, trying to offer new options for the global south and emerging countries, a new kind of financial tool. Okay? The third moment, maybe some scholars see this moment as a cooling down intra-BRICS relations, bilateralization of BRICS relations, then the pandemic COVID freeze the institutions, and the fourth moment, the last, I think, is the new engine of BRICS with the initiative of China and then Russia to the desire of to improve the outreach of BRICS. For China, it's not an outreach, but specifically BRICS Plus is the label of this initiative in consonance with the democratization or the initiative of democratization of international relations. I think the more enthusiastic are China and the second stage Russia after the Ukrainian war, because Russia is interested in enhance the links with the global south. Samuel, can you? The idea of outreach is common in some to understand this approach is used by some scholars to understand the G20, but in fact, BRICS Plus is the name referred by China, Russia, and in less measure, maybe Brazil, India, South Africa. It's a hard negotiation it was a hard negotiation to change the institution of BRICS into BRICS Plus in the last summit of Johannesburg summit last year. But the expectation is in the next summit in Russia, in Kazan, the group will, the BRICS Plus, now BRICS 10 will become BRICS 12 or BRICS, I don't know, 20, 25, I don't know. Samuel, I think we can go into the final considerations, and if you want to finish our presentation, I think it's very important to highlight some point that open the debate and open the discussion of our new book, because our book tried to discuss some critical points about this BRICS Plus, the dilemmas of the middle powers, and some case studies. Saudi Arabia, Emirates, Iran, the complex new arrangement, and the open questions. For the first one, we think that this new initiative, BRICS to BRICS Plus, is first to try to link the middle powers or intermediate powers with the global south. Okay, it's an interesting connection of geopolitical connections to trying to interconnect the middle powers or middle grade powers with the global south. These BRICS emerge in fact, in a crisis, in a current crisis of legitimacy of the capitalist system, the neoliberal globalization. And we cannot understand this movement, the BRICS into BRICS Plus, isolated with the totality of the new proposal or new movements of the new globalization, of this clash of globalization as a metaphor of ongoing process into the in the context of systemic chaos. Samuel, if you want to finish, we are.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Yes. Hello everyone. Just to finish up, the main question is how will outreach look out in the in future years? What we're witnessing is that the future of the BRICS Plus as an organization may lead to different paths. One may be that the BRICS Plus will continue to center its directive orders under the emblem of the 5 originals that formed the BRICS back in 2009. But there is also a pathway for further integration of certain more aligned partners, especially in the local level. So the outreach of some distinctive nations will take a more interesting shape in the further years throughout this decade. We're seeing that for example, the actions of certain states like the United Arab Emirates are shaping up the future of development, especially over financing. So these specific actors may reevaluate their interactions with BRICS, but also they will start to have a further role in the shaping of the organization. But these are all qualitative transformations. It cannot be separated from the global markets and also from geopolitical economy. So this is our presentation. Okay, we took some time for it, but thank you so much. Javier.
Yes, I think that I want to point out 2 last points. The first one is about promotion by invitation. Promotion by invitation is a Wallerstein characterization about how in specific moments, geopolitical conjunctures, a promotion by invitation is possible. Like China into the capitalist system in the 70s and the 80s through the consolidation of Deng Xiaoping socialism with Chinese characteristics. What changed in this situation? What changed in geopolitical current situation with BRICS Plus? We are witnessing a complete reversal of this upward mobility process. The promotion by invitation is not a promotion offered by United States or Western countries. It is the emerging countries, and especially China, that are inviting the global South nations to participate in a new globalization process. That the BRICS Plus is only one of the most consistent pillars. Okay? This is the last point. It's very important. But this is a process ongoing. And you my colleagues talk about Belt and Road Initiative. Is another initiative, another proposal in this promotion by invitation process, now offered by China and other emerging or middle power countries. Thank you so much.
So now we open for still have
Yes, we have another one.
oh there's not it's all up on the gap themselves.
And then we might also want to leave maybe.
Yeah. So stay and ask questions or
Okay, Joe, thank you for putting this panel together because you are the panel proposer, so it's also hard work.
no, thank you. Coordinating.
I just wanted to also just give some comment as well regarding the extractive industry that you were mentioning. Yes, I know that there are certainly are in the global crisis. But I think the pick on just one industry is fundamental. Is also as a Western bias kind of view. And because mining industry, they are very important industry for especially developing countries. So if you're only looking at that and say that that has to stop and they should not have this kind of sector, then you are just simplifying and oversimplifying the problems of ecological crisis. And why not are we picking on the industrial military complex in America? They generate much more greenhouse gases than other industry, but have never been mentioned. So I think just looking at this extractive industry and saying that that is a problem for also that we need to review the framework. And for Xavier and Samuel, thank you for looking at the price class and also giving us a picture of maybe the evolving multi-center globalization or progress. So that really giving some, you may find it amusing to learn that keynote speaker yesterday, Trevor, he actually said we need to break the BRICS because it's the today's imperialism. So I don't know if you have come across arguments like that, saying the BRICS, they are now the imperialist power or the sub-imperialism. And do you have any comment on those types? But overall, thank you for all those.
Thank you for the excellent point about not to sort of come to the extractivists, which are certain. I want to stress that it was the initial definition of extractivism was actually much more specific because now it's being expanded to anything that's involves extraction is innovative. And I think this is a tendency with publications because researchers need to get publications out and start stretching it too far. I think there needs to be, I think having conditions set up and use that as a way of looking at different kinds of industries and using law. And who really needs to take responsibility. It's much more than just sort of throw out and say, oh, China did this, China did that. I completely agree with you. Okay, should we end or?
Yeah, maybe we continue afterwards. Then.
Yeah, sorry.
Xavier, do you have a quick want to say?
Thank you, Samki. Yes, but with a bit of a return. So should we make some comments? I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So just to wrap it up, Thanks, Sankey, again for not only hosting this panel, but also for allowing us to participate in such a long late date, and also very nice to see you again, and also to Joe for hosting us at this panel. Of course, these discussions are not only very not the most pleasant discussions, of course, in the academia, but this is the world we live in, and we should put them first. We're seeing an evolving situation in the globe. The scale of the conflict is emerging, and this is also, of course, a symptom of the evolving world order that we're seeing under transition. So, of course, discussions like this should be put forward in order for us all to, I guess, rediscover Marxism as an evolving science, a science that presents us with new concepts, but also with, I guess, a better understanding of our world as it evolves, not to be dwelling with over questions that should, of course, there are some theoretical questions that should be always revisited, but also there are terms that should be put forward first in order for us to better analyze the whole situation. Of course, what we're seeing is that the geopolitical contradiction always appear, it always emerge. So of course there will be certain outcomes in the reality of the world that will present the true reality. It will be seen as we witnessed yesterday, of course. We'll be seeking truth from facts. So Javier, do you have some comments to wrap it up?
No specifically, but I think the first comment is about we have to more discussion between us, between scholars from global north or Western countries, China, global south, middle countries. I think we have to debate more debate to understand the complexity of this transitional period and conflictive and turbulent period, and with a lot of contradictions. It's not about if China is another capitalist country or not, because in Marxist thought, the idea is for us. And with Elias, I work with Elias, the social formations contains different modes of productions that interacted in contradictory form. And one of them is dominant, but the other are very strong too. And how these expressions in international relations showed up for us is more complex, because, for example, China or Brazil or India interact with other countries in different manners. But we have to detect maybe a pattern. And the pattern is difficult because Panama is different from Brazil, and Ghana is different from Panama, and South Africa, and so on. What is the pattern of interaction? It's not about in the 20th century revolutions to export revolutions, communist revolutions. It's about new paradigm of interactions between nations. This is important for us. What kind of interactions with the treat, trying to overcome the old colonialist past, okay? And between equal treatment between nations. And I think we have to understand this overcome of the infantilization of the South, global South countries, and try to understand the complex reality of Brazil, Argentina, and understand these relationships in a new, complex war. Not the third war, but the complex, multifaceted, multidimensional, hybrid war in this context. It's very difficult to and to focus in two important objectives, geopolitical objectives of global South countries. The first one is trying to development, not making wars, development. The second, try to integrate regions. Latin America is very difficult, now totally fragmented, different from Asian countries like Southeast countries. Try to understand between regional countries. And the other is development. And I think in this moment, China is very important to think autonomous think of development, trying not to imitate China model, political or economic model, and trying to understand and learn with China. For global South is very important development. Okay? That's enough to say. Thank you so much.
Maybe give another round of applause to them because they get up really early. I was in the morning to join this one. So thank you again.
Thank you all for again for hosting. Have a good day.